Hello once again, and welcome back once again to another tutorial from PowerDirector Made Simple. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the AI Copilot that was introduced in the January update to 365 users. I want this video to show how Copilot works after throwing some real questions at it, something that a user might be stumped about, and something that Copilot would give a quick and correct answer. I had a hard time coming up with some typical questions that users might use, so I turned to an authoritative source for my list of possible questions. Where else but another AI? I actually used ChatGPT to come up with a list of questions that I could ask of PowerDirector's Copilot, and surprisingly, it came up with quite a comprehensive list as follows. Now, some of these might be interesting to you, but not to others. Some might be interesting to everybody. Maybe there's things in there that you already know about. Maybe there's things that you'd never care to know about. All things considered, I think ChatGPT came up with a nice list of questions. Out of all of those possible questions, I have arbitrarily picked the following 4 questions to test in PowerDirector's Copilot. I have already asked Copilot these questions, but I have saved the answer into the Copilot notebook, where we can all see exactly what Copilot had to say. As of January the 15th, Cyberlink has yet to add a web page detailing what's new in PowerDirector, and they continue to show the December 2024 update as the latest. However, if I were to click the question mark or help icon in the upper right corner of PowerDirector and then select what's new in this version, it will take me to a Cyberlink web page showing the newest features added to PowerDirector. Now, scrolling down somewhat on that page will show the Copilot feature. I'll close the browser for now and return back to PowerDirector. Now, I'm going to click on the blue Copilot button at the top to open it up. And here is the first question that I wanted to ask. How do I create a new project in PowerDirector? What I really want to see is if Copilot knows the difference between new project and new workspace that show up in the File menu at the very top. I can click on File, and you can see the very first 2 selections are those choices. Do you know the difference between them? I will click on the blue Copilot button once again to regain its focus. Now let's look at my Copilot notebook for its answer. Of course, it gives the proper steps all in order, but I had previously asked it the same question, and it then gave me an additional bit of information that I was looking for. That previous response is saved in the notebook down at the bottom. I'll scroll down where we can see that. Now look towards the bottom where it says, Note, when you create a new project, PowerDirector will reset your media library. If you want to create a new video production using the same media that's currently in your library, you can select New Workspace. Now that's the difference between a new project and a new workspace. Okay, so far the answers from Copilot are not exactly consistent. I'll close out that notebook response and scroll back up towards the top where I have the next question. Can I adjust the speed of my video clips? If so, how? Now, those steps given are all correct and are the same steps that I showed in one of my previous videos, number 55, Speed Ramping. The video speed menu has changed its looks since that video, but the technique is still the same. Now here's my own very quick answer to accomplish the same thing. I'll close this answer, and then I'll click anywhere on the exposed portion of the main editing window to give it the focus in Windows. Watch as I just right-click on a video clip on the timeline, and I'm going to select Video Speed. It gets you to the same menu, and it only took 2 mouse clicks. Now, this is a technique that I frequently use while some kind of processing or downloading is being done live in my previous videos. For example, in the most recent video about using the AI image generator, I altered the video speed slightly to speed up the processing time when the image was being created. Other words, I would have to expect you to watch a blank screen while you twiddled your thumbs. Now, this is a screenshot of that video project showing where I changed the video duration from 12 seconds down to 4 seconds. Now, let's look at one more question that I have already thrown at Copilot. I'll click on the blue Copilot button again to bring it back up. Next in the notebook is, why is my video playback choppy in the preview window? Now, Copilot gives a long and detailed explanation, and in my opinion, I would assume that almost all users would have checked on numbers 1, 2, and 4. I would suggest to any user, including myself, first of all, number 1, to close all other applications. But here is something else that Cyberlink probably never included in Copilot's database of information. Even if you see some sluggishness or choppiness in the preview window, chances are that the final rendered video will not display any of that. It's just that PowerDirector itself is using most of the system resources, so to try to display a video at the same time as it's editing the video might be bringing your system to its knees, and it shows up as choppiness in the preview window. The other thing I would suggest is that you save your project using Save As with a slightly different name. Do not use the Save Project command, which overwrites any previous saves. Then exit and restart PowerDirector. You'd be surprised at how often this clears things up. Now, here's one final question that I threw at Copilot. Where has the chroma key function been moved to in the current version of PowerDirector? I already know the answer to this, but because Cyberlink has moved this function around to various menu locations several times in the past year, some of you are going to run across this problem. Now, here is the short but correct answer that Copilot gives in my notebook. The important phrase here is Background tab from the Video tab. Now, once again, I'll click back on the main editing window to regain the focus. With just the one video clip selected, I'm going to click on Edit. Then I'll click on Video at the top. There, just below the Video menu, at the top are the submenus, Tools, Enhance, Color, and finally the word Background is partially concealed on the right side of the layout of the menu. So it's on the far right, at least for this month. There is a small arrow that will slide the menu to the left to make the word Background fully visible. When I click on Background to select it, you can see the menu option for chroma key appears below. I'll click once more on the blue Copilot button to bring it into focus. I'll close the notebook answer and then click on the word Chat to bring up the user input portion of Copilot. So here is your homework assignment. Try to think of something that you yourself haven't quite figured out how to do in PowerDirector. Maybe you're not using the easiest method of something. Go ahead and fire up Copilot and see if the mysteries of the universe are not revealed to you. I think you'll find it does a good job of explaining things. I hope this video has been of some help to you. As before, thanks for watching, and make sure to click on subscribe and comment. I've got my eye on you.